The writing has always been there for me. I've been writing seriously, I think, for 7, 8 years, something like that. I think it's been 8 years, right? 2014 was when I started. So for 8 years, I've been doing this pretty much consistently. And within the process, within this scope, I've had obviously my ups and downs. I've had the low points and the high points of life. 8 years as an adult, obviously, there's gonna be times when you're gonna be, really stressed out, and times you're feeling great, and oftentimes the moments that you feel stressed out seem to always outnumber the times that you're calm and relaxed. And through all that, the writing has been there for me. Through those moments that have been the most stressful, I've had the writing to fall back on, not in any financial sense, but in just a sense of bringing some sort of stability and some sort of calmness, and maybe, yes, in its own challenging way at times, even a sense of happiness and a sense of joy in the process. It's important to have that. It's important to have the thing that you are trying to master. It's important to have that feeling, the feeling that you can come back to it in your worst times. Because if you feel that way, if you truly do have that connection to it, you'll do it for life. You'll do that thing for life. And that's what it's about. That's often what it's about. As far as any kind of hobby that you do, anything that you're trying to ever get good at, if you can do it in those moments, then you can do it for life, and you can't lose. You'll never actually lose anything. You may not get the success that you ever dreamed of, but I don't think you can ever lose. It's interesting too. There's a lot of writers who have spoken about this, who have mentioned that in their kind of in the times they've been low, in the times they faced a lot of challenge and a lot of uncertainty, they've spoken about that. The idea that writing sort of kept them grounded, sort of pulled them back. J.K. Rowling spoke about that, where she basically said, if nothing ever turned out well, at least I could still write my books. At least I still had some stability in my life, the ability to write a book. Stephen King, after he was hit by a van and had a very difficult time at first writing and wasn't sure if he was going to get back to the page, found that the act of writing sort of helped him in those early times in his recovery. It's times like that when you need to have something to fall back on. And I think beyond just a financial thing, beyond just even a family thing, right? Beyond the financial, beyond having the family connection, having something personal to yourself that brings a sense of calmness. That's perhaps the best part of running, perhaps the best part of anything, of any activities, is that ability that in your lowest moments to have something you can turn to, and just something that can distract you for a short while. And obviously, I mentioned that tonight, just because the today was a very hectic day. It certainly was not. Well, it was not, extremely stressful at all, basically, but I was very, very busy. I didn't get a chance to write until this evening. And that was not my plan at all. I had the day off due to a holiday. I had planned to write a good portion of the day. Nothing ever came of that. I never got a chance. Just was busy, busy, busy all day. Very, very hectic. Some bigger decisions coming down the line, perhaps. And so having this to come back to tonight felt good. It felt like a nice, nice retreat. It felt like a nice calmness tonight. So that is perhaps the best part of it. Perhaps, again, without kind of restating too much, that I think the best feeling I've had in a very long time came tonight, amidst all the sort of chaos of my day. Coming back and just being able to write in the passiveness, that is been the best part. It's a feeling that I think if I could harness that feeling every single day, that sense of calmness, I would never stop writing. But the fact that I get it in the lowest times is even, is perhaps the second best consolation. It's easier to write when things are going well. It's a lot harder to write when things are going bad. And if you can find that the writing brings you that sense of calmness, you can do it in those tough times. And that's that's where the win comes in long term. So with that, I'm signing off. I'll be back tomorrow. Still making progress on the novel. Still just making a lot of these sentence level corrections right now. As you can see me furiously typing away on the computer here. But yeah, I'm back at it tomorrow.